First I'm going to go through is what I call a 2-on-1 sleeve sit through. So what I'm going to have is 2 grips on Joe's right sleeve. My right hand is in the bottom of his sleeve, my left hand is grabbing on his armpit. I'm grabbing on the seam of his gi. Here, here, here. Both of my hands are grabbing on that seam. That way I've got a nice tight grip and I can squeeze and twist and really hold that on tight. So the grip we take for this one, it's really important that I get as low on the sleeve as possible and as high as possible on the other one. I really want to control as much of his arm as possible with my grips. If I only grab down here near his elbow, he can sort of wiggle his shoulder out and I've only got control of his lower half. Same thing, if my bottom arm's a bit high and I get to his armpit, his hand flops around and I loosen control. So as far as the grip goes from here, I don't have to worry about the majority of Joe's body, but I am going to focus all of my attention on his right arm here. What I also do is put my weight on that arm before I go. Right? So I'm here, and I'm putting a bit of weight on him here. Using that grip, using my body to put a lot of weight through his shoulder, hip, and his lead leg. If I'm just cruising around up here, Joe can pull his arm away, move, and I loosen control here. A lot easier for me, say we're grip fighting out here, and I've got this sleeve. If I pass in and lean on him, now the grip's really working for me. But we all know the rules. I can't hold this grip for too long, I have to attack. So once I've managed to put a bit of weight on him, and he's not going anywhere, I can lift, rotate, and step into my kata guruma. So once we've settled into understanding how the grip works for this one, we'll need to understand our body posture, what it looks like, through the motion of throwing. So what I'm going to do is hold on here, I'm going to let go of the grip so you guys see how my body moves, but Joe's going to stay there. So I've moved to this right versus left stance. I had that sleeve, stepped in. What I'm going to do now is slide my back foot in, drop my knee to the ground, and slide my left foot past Joe's foot. Here. I want to bend that knee so I can push off that foot, slide my other leg out, and now my body is going to turn like a cartwheel to the side. We'll change the angle. You guys can see that lead leg. So what this one's going to do is go straight past. So I'm here, let go here. Okay? I step in, here. And I'm trying to get as close to Joe's foot as possible so that my body is going to be around his lower half and I can twist and turn and drive to the side. When I drive, I pull both hands through, across my torso, tuck my left ear to the ground, drive, and lift my hip up. Now I'm going to work through the direction of this throw. So once I'm locked in here, I'm going to wrap this arm around my upper body, push my head beside Joe's hip, tie everything really tight, and drive to the side. So probably best if we turn the angle this way slightly. So I'm in here. What I need to do is twist, create a space under that elbow where my head can come through. As soon as my head's popped through, I'm going to squeeze this down across my torso. So walk through it slowly. Here, I'm going to open, slide, pull through, and drive. Really push through that. High knee, high hip. Really pushing up. Follow your partner with this throw. So again, we really want to make sure that angle is lateral to here. I'm not trying to step in and throw Joe backwards. I'm not trying to tuck in this way and throw him forwards either. I'm trying to wrap his arm around my body, drive him to the side. Yeah, we'll go through slow again. Here, open, slide through, sit down, and I follow and I squeeze that shoulder all the way to the ground. Pushing through, driving up. We'll go through a common mistake that's made with this technique. Is people will slide in, and once they've sat down, they kind of relax and let their body flop backwards. Okay? If Joe's cooperating, that's going to work. If Joe's resisting, he's actually going to counter me, or he's just going to block the throw. So what I mean is when we're here, a lot of people slide through here, I need to sort of lay down, throw their partner away. So I'll do that with Joe cooperating, and my throw still looks effective. So if Joe works with me, I go here, I lay down, and it looks cool. However, if Joe puts a bit of weight on or resistance, he's just going to squash me down and probably get it even not succumb. So if I'm in here, and I try this, and I roll backwards, I'm in a fair bit of strife. So we can't, from this position, allow ourselves to fall backwards. We have to drive through that right leg out to the side here. Really trying to get that hip as high as you can manage. Really bring that right foot as close to your bottom as possible, pushing through the mat, driving up and over, up and over, up. So for this throw, much like every throw we work on, we need some sort of movement. If I just attack cold, Joe sees and feels everything I'm doing. However, if I can lean on him and get him to step, a bit easier. Because now he's focusing on where he has to be and what I might do when he gets there. However, for me, as soon as he's moving, I'm already on my way with the other one. Okay? So for now, the best angle to demonstrate. I should do that a couple of times. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lean on Joe. So he's my shoulder, he's on his shoulder. And as I lean on him and push, he has to sort of step around. As he does, I'm going to drop in, turn to the corner. Here. Show that angle from here. Okay, so we're here, and I'm going to open him, bring him around this way, and then at the same time, drive my body back. Here. We'll do it one more time for this angle. If you guys see the movement again, we're in here. I want Joe to step that way, and I'm going to go the opposite. So, pressure him down, bring it out, tuck in, and throw. Last thing we'll cover is how to land with this throw. What you don't want to do is control 90% of the movement and at the end relax. If I do that, Joe's going to wind through the air and then flip out to his stomach. So to finish this throw, I need to really focus on this arm going right across my belly and my head and shoulder driving into his body. Okay? So we won't focus on these other details for this movement. Joe's going to roll with me, but what I want to make sure is the end of the throw is a real squeeze on Joe's body. Okay? So what I mean by that is we're in here, we're going to step through, Joe's going to roll with me, but I'm really pressuring here. Shoulder tight, arm tight, hips up off the ground. We'll do that again. So we're going nice and slow. We're not focusing on too much else through the throw, except that at the end, I'm controlling the end part of the throw. You don't get your hip on until they land. So I really want to emphasize that part of the throw. So right here, slide through, and I'm really driving into my partner here. Pull that arm right up, hips up off the ground.